with Mark Stimson after his side's 4-1 loss. Mark, goals of quality that we conceded, some of them maybe a little bit strange to concede. Looked like we might be able to get a comeback going, but it wasn't to be. Your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, you're right there, what you say. There was a mixture of goals against. I think the first goal for me was an hard one to take, because I think it was a clear foul to us on the halfway, just in their half of the pitch. We should have been having a foul going towards their goal. They actually got the foul, and you could see the frustration from my players. They take the free kick and they score. So that wasn't the best of starts. And then the second goal, the lads picked up the ball just inside our half near our dugout. A huge fella, by the way. He's run through the middle of the pitch like a rugby player with the ball and smashed it into the bottom corner. So it wasn't the perfect start. And then when you get the referee actually running over to me midway through the half and apologising for the massive mistake he made leading up to the first goal, he asked me, could I tell my players to stop talking to him about it? He's gone, I've made a mistake, what can I do? Yeah, what can you do, what can I do? You know, that should have been us attacking their goal. It wasn't, it was 1-0. People say we should defend better after that, I understand that. But if you've been out there in the heat of the battle, sometimes you get frustrated, and if you switch off for seconds and balls are put in your box, that can happen. So it did. We come in at half time, 2-0. And again spoke about second half, can we get back into it, how do we get back into it? We need to try and get more width, to try and get the fullbacks if possible, and just be aware of their physical power, because you know they're two wide players who are quick and sharp, and then with Danny up top, he's still got everything, isn't he? He can jump, he can run, he can finish, he's the full article. And I think that showed is in their third goal. I think it was the third goal if I'm correct. One big boot down the middle of the pitch, Danny flicks it on, their midfield player runs, goes wide, goal. And then we get half a chance, don't we? We get half a chance to get back into it with a good passage of play, good cross from the right, young lads got into the box, header from 4 yards, you think, we're back in it, it's 3-2. A bit like Ollie Box's chance a couple of weeks ago at home, and it doesn't, it goes to the wrong side of the post. But within what, 20 seconds, it's 4-1. And hard to take. Very difficult to take. You know, a group and like myself and everyone at the moment, yeah, they're down because we're not enjoying what we're producing. We try to bring players in, and we've done that over the last sort of 10 days. The players we're bringing in, unfortunately, need a bit of game time. You know, you look at young Archie, played the first game on Tuesday, hasn't played since pre-season. Played against a good winger on Tuesday, played probably against an even better winger today, and he found it difficult. Toby was brought into the game today, hasn't played since September, so we knew he was always going to tire. We were just trying to take him off leading up to their fourth goal, and unfortunately for us, the winger got the ball against him, went 1v1 and finished it. So yeah, it's not helping, but what we have to do, like always, we dust ourselves down. We've got a training session Tuesday here at the club. That'll be different, because I don't think the team's trained on a Tuesday since pre-season for some crazy reason. We're going to put some things into practice, and hopefully that'll get us into a much better physical shape, and that's the most important thing. Physically, we've got to be better.
Yeah, it's a bit of a catch-22, isn't it, when you bring in new players and obviously you want to improve the side and get a bit of a bounce by bringing them in, but then they have to settle into the squad, they have to play with the squad and sort of get their roles going. So it's very difficult for those new boys to adapt. But how do you feel they have adapted, and do you think they've added to the squad?
Yeah, I think Archie coming as a right back, we've never wanted to lose Harrison. Harrison's a top player, but we've lost him. We've tried with Ellis, and now we're trying with Archie. And then left back, obviously Toby had been brought in. I knew Toby last season, had a great season at Billericay. Been after him for a while, but hasn't been able to do anything because of work commitments. Cads, the club and myself have been after him probably 5-6 weeks, but unfortunately he was getting game time at Ocean, but now he's decided to join us. Dom is another one who hasn't played since Hastings, but I think they will definitely add something to what we had before. But like you've said, it's a new group. I know the Dulwich people quite well, and they've said they started the season with a new group. It's took them 15 games to get anywhere near to where they want to be and where they should be. Because if you look at that squad, that should be top 3. let's not get away with it. Dulwich Hamlet should be in the top 3 with the players they've got. They've got a boy on the bench, Clifton. Aidan Clifton, centre forward. That's a proper player. So it takes time. It takes time. I expect Dulwich to at least get in the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if they got promoted because of what they've got. They've got pace, they've got power, they've got experience. And that's in a few areas that we haven't got.
Well, yeah, we talk about the quality of Dulwich, and obviously played against Hastings, Lewis, 3 very tough teams, but 4 goals conceded, 3 games running. You know, it's just very, very worrying. How worried are you about our defence at the moment?
Yeah, you always worry when you concede goals. The 3 teams you've just mentioned there will probably all be around the playoff spots. I think Dulwich will finish the higher out of the 3, if I'm honest. The other 2, I'm not quite sure if they'll make it. They normally don't. But no, they've all got attacking flair players with a lot of legs. With us, our defenders are being overworked, possibly because of the legs in front of them. It ain't always the defender's fault if the midfield and the strikers can't help defend. In this game you defend from the front and you attack from the back. But if you can't defend from the front because you ain't got legs, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle, and I think sometimes that's what's happened. You know, the boy Mills, he ran that line today like a 21-year-old, you know.
Well, new signings are settling in. We've seen glimpses in those three games, and even, you know, since you've come in, of how we can play. You know, that goal, it did spark us into life. And, you know, I'm sure yourself, Mark, as a manager with loads of experience, knows that once you get that win, you can really start to get on a run, and, you know, we can really start to maybe kickstart the rest of our season.
Yeah, that's all we're looking for, is that win. But it's how you get that win. No one's going to turn up and give you it. You've got to earn the right. And the only way you earn your right is, like I said, you've got to be in top condition. And it's difficult. With only training once a week, it's difficult. I've never ever experienced this in my life. Even teams at a lower league than this always train twice a week, always. But once you start missing training sessions, trust me, it gets you in the end, and then half hard to get back. But we're trying to change that. It's difficult because obviously a lot of players signed up for one night a week. But after talking to the group, like I said, we're going to put another session in this week, physical session, and hopefully come another 4 or 5 games, the boys being with us, the new ones will gel, and we'll start getting some results.
Well, Mark, as we've alluded to, it's a very tough period when you first came in. It was a tough period before you came in. Margate fans, you know, they're starting to get frustrated. It's a tough run we're on. Is there anything you'd like to say to the fans, just to give them that, you know, glimpse of how things might be in the future? All
I can say is, and I've said it to the players, and the players will tell you, I'm an honest guy. The support they're giving is amazing. I've never been in this situation before, losing so many games on the trot. To have behind that goal at the end 100 people plus still clapping, applauding the players off, that is something they should be really proud of. I've made obviously the players aware of that. We are aware of that. We, like them, just want to get this win. We want to get the club back into a healthier position. The only way we're going to do it, and I said to the boys before today, we've got to stay together. You've got to stay united, because what you can't do, you can't start pulling away and blaming someone else. We all take responsibility. We all take the blame. I pick the team. That's it. I'm getting great backing from the board, great backing from the supporters. What we need now is maybe a little bit more, 1 or 2 players standing up to the plate, take responsibility, and getting us that win we all want.
Well, thanks, Mark. Thanks very much.
No worries.